Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Villanova versus Butler college basketball matchup on Tuesday, February 20th, 2024. Of course, if you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. Of course, we also have products meant for people who make big bets, people looking to take it to the next level, people with big bankrolls looking for one-on-one concierge style service. We call these the Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays, but they're not available on the website. You have to text the number that you see on the screen. So if you make big bets, text that number. But let's get to this one. Villanova taking on Butler. It's Big East college basketball action. A little bit of an earlier start for this game, 6:30 Eastern time. Villanova coming into this one 14-11 on the season, and Butler 16-10. Villanova probably in a position where they need to go on some sort of heater here to close out the season, plus a run in the Big East tournament to really lock up a spot and go dancing this year. I mean, the expectations were sky high for Villanova this year, but to be honest, I believe this team has been coach firing bad. 4-6 in their last 10, 8-4 at home this season. The post-Jay Wright era has not been pretty. I think we see this a lot in college sports. I think we see it in professional sports too. It's tough to replace a guy that's had a ton of success. I think we're going to see it Alabama football this year, and over the coming years that, it is not an easy thing to do to replace, basically a legend and a guy with a, trophy case full of hardware, and on the other side of this one, I think Butler has gone through that, for several years now. Since the Brad Stevens era, Butler hasn't really been the big player on the national scene. They kind of have fallen short and kind of been just kind of a middle lower rung team in the Big East Conference. Of course, one of the tougher conferences in all of America. I believe it's the second toughest conference behind the Big 12. And I think, in the Big East, top to bottom, even Georgetown, who's I believe is second to worst in the conference. Well, they're going to be getting better with Ed Cooley there coaching. But when we look at these two teams, I just think that, Butler is certainly on the way up, and Villanova, I just don't even understand where they are. And these two teams, they just met in Hinkle Field with the house back a little less than a month ago on January 27th. It was Butler getting the win in overtime, 88-81. Butler was favored in that game by a point and a half. Now, in this one, of course, a little bit of a different story as far as the way the odds go. And Villanova comes into this one winning 3 of their last 4 games and covering in each of their last 4 games. The game that they lost in there was against Xavier. They lost by they lost by 53-56, and they were getting 3.5 in that one. So that's how they covered. The wins came against Providence and Seton Hall at home, at Georgetown. But prior to that, a whole lot of losing, including that loss to Butler, and playing against the better teams like Marquette and and UConn. No luck whatsoever for Villanova. I just don't think this team has the punch to get there this year. When we look at Butler, they've lost 3 of their last 4 games: Creighton, Marquette, and UConn. Against UConn, they covered the spread. That game was at Stores, and then 3 consecutive home games that they lost 2 of those, and that's certainly going to hurt Butler's chances of moving on to the postseason. I think when we look at the way that Villanova has played defense, it hasn't been all that great. I think Butler's offense has been pretty solid, and I like the way that they shoot the 3. Certainly not like an elite team, but still top 100. Villanova, to me, has just fallen short in most of the categories that have made them great teams over the years, especially that three-point shooting, where they're 214th in the nation and 294th in shooting percentage from the floor. They're not even all that great on the boards either. I'll tell you, I took Butler the last time these two teams played, and I'm going to take them again. But I'm going to take Butler, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.